Hello everybody, this is Gold Glee Gamer 1 and Dyne, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI.
And we've just found the town of Thamasa. I just love saying that.
I thought it was pronounced Thamasa.
It could go either way. It doesn't really have an official pronunciation that I'm aware of, but it just reminds me of that scene from Lion King where it says, Mufasa, 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 Mufasa. Ooh, say it again. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Oh yeah. Oh, that also reminds me of the first time I heard the name this city in France, Nice. I thought it was pronounced Nice, France, but people kept saying it's Nice, France.
Yep.
But Nice is Niece.
Not in French.
Oh. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
that's why I always say Nice, France.
These rods that you can pick up are useful as items, but they could potentially break. And this time you just want to buy equipment for the people in your party. And you actually won't have Shadow for very long. However, I do recommend upgrading his equipment anyway, because he'll be back later on. That's all I can say for now.
And we will not spoil when.
Goodbye, Rune Edge. Finally got rid of that sucker, that MP eating sword.
Yeah, that thing was getting on my nerves.
Okay, that Hawkeye is actually something you can buy for Locke back in Narsh, but it's definitely handy to have because it is one of his best weapons at this point in the game. He will likely throw it at an airborne enemy, and it will do about 2,000 damage when it activates like that. It's a super duper useful weapon. At this point, probably don't want to sell too much, since all of your characters got unequipped, and if you accidentally sell something that was good enough for them to use again later on, you just have to rebuy it.
Well, if it turns out that I accidentally sold something that I ended up needing, I could always rebuy it.
Most of the stuff, yes.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is this is one game where anything not equipped is up for sale.
Yep. The tricky thing is if once you lose your party members, their equipment is automatically removed. You can't re-equip them until they're back in the party. It's a bit of a mess, but yeah, you didn't need to buy that yet.
What? I bought the stout spear for nothing?
Well, not yet, because you can't use it until you get Edgar or Mog back in your party. Whereas the characters in the party right now couldn't hurt to have some armor upgrades. It's best to buy that stuff when you know you're going to be using that character again. Down to 750 gil. Not make it easy to buy new items.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Listen, not to tell you. Nah, never mind. You don't want to tell us about your grandchildren? What kind of grandma are you?
Maybe he was trying to tell us a secret.
No, admit it, that's one giant clubhouse you got there, kid. They're animals. Talk to the old guy who lives on the edge of town. Which old guy?
Well, we know the espers aren't animals.
Yeah, if you try to visit the inn right now, he'll cost you 1,000 gil.
Oh, that's totally not worth it.
Fortunately, that will change once you advance the plot a little bit. Hey, you're an old guy. You look like you live on the edge of town.
Yeah.
What is this magic you speak of? I know, he's not helpful, but we talked to an old guy at the edge of town, and how does that help us? Nope, you want to talk to this old guy on the edge of town. Hey, what you want with me? An elderly gentleman, pure of heart and learned in the ways of monsters. He's a scrawny old guy with a mohawk, too.
Yeah.
Olaf, named after the frozen snowman?
Yeah, you could say that.
He's going to start singing about summer, isn't he?
I guess so. And the fact that he likes warm hugs.
Oh, I can't say I have. Honestly, can't say I have. I love doing old men voices. But he's not the only one you meet in this town. You have a little girl, Little Red Riding Hood, apparently. What in blazes? What are you doing? In her picture, she captures everything. Forest, water, light, the very essence of life. And you'll get a demonstration of that later on. It's one of the coolest abilities in the game. Oh. You're gonna tease poor Locke, aren't you?
No! I'm not teasing Locke.
Well, you're naming her after his old flame.
Oh, that's not the concept I had in mind when I named her Rachel.
Oh well. Post commentating, I see. Speak on what I see.
Yeah.
Oh, Interceptor likes her, even though he's normally vicious. I should remember to close the door. That was nice of her. This is terrible. I'm starting to melt. Some people are worth melting for.
Are you behind me?
I'm on 628.
99, 30. Oh, come on. Okay, you're close enough. Okay.
Well, you can examine town, or you can just go straight to the end to advance the plot.
Yeah, because like you just said, some things are worth melting for.
But the longer you take the conversation, the longer Realm has to play with Interceptor. Automatically, you can go in and talk to them again, but they don't have anything else to say. If you examine around town, you'll see some strange things going on, but they really don't mean anything. But now that you're no longer strangers, the guy basically is making himself broke.
Now, by charging us only 1 GP.
See, that means he doesn't have a maid staff. He does everything for free. Makes me wonder how often he washes the sheets. Yeah, since you come to the inn, you have this. And Strago's just waving his arms. He doesn't do it with nearly as much flair as I did while hopping around in the desert. Well, you think as a ninja he wouldn't sleep so heavily and leave his guard down like that. I'm not awake. I'm too lazy to look for my dog. But if you go back to the inn, he's already gone. But that giant clubhouse is on fire. Wait, is there a regular house? How'd you afford that, kid? Who are your parents? And he took a girl in there alone. What's with that kid?
Well, maybe Kefka could have also done it just to try to get rid of an innocent person.
No, I'm still stewing on that in that cell, waiting for my turkey-legged toilet paper. They couldn't even quilt it either.
Well, what if you don't get it, Kefka?
Then it's going to be a very stinky cell, I'll tell you that much. Because I'm stuck in the bathroom.
Kefka now became Nintendo Capri Sun.
Oh, I got to tell him about this one. Who would ever imagine Kefka quoting him?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we have just discovered that these people can use magic. So it's kind of an important plot point when they were denying everything about magic in the first place. You see, I'm the real star of the show. I steal from the best plot elements. Also find it funny that the kid lines up in formation, even though he really can't use any magic on himself. So many fire rods in there. Yep, store fire rods in your house. That's just like pouring an open container of gasoline inside. Yep, so Strago's joined the party. Unfortunately, you cannot re-equip him right now. All the battles in this are not random. They're pre-existing encounters. If you just run into the flames, you fight these balloon enemies. So they're just upgraded version of bombs. They are weak against ice, and Strago is a blue mage.
Yeah, but yeah, the balloons sound so odd. Yeah.
No, that's just a Final Fantasy staple. You have bombs, grenades, and balloons in that family.
Yeah, because balloons are something you blow up and are very festive at parties.
Not these ones. They will kill you. And since Locke is equipped with a flame saber, he will actually heal him with every attack. But Strago is a blue mage. If a certain ability is used on him, he will learn it. And he starts off with a very handy one. It's called lore in this version. Aqua Rake. A water-based attack that hits all enemies.
Well, which actually works in this kind of house because water and fire don't mix.
It makes this dungeon a breeze. But it can get MP heavy.
Oh yeah, it definitely can.
But they're all weak against it. They all go down in one shot. And since that enemy used Exploder, even if it didn't hit Strago himself, he still learned it. Which is much nicer than it is on Final Fantasy V, because to learn it on that, the character has to be the one hit, and they have to survive it. So if they get hit by level 5 death, it has to work on them, and you have to bring them back to life. Locke's still healing him and getting the full taste of the Exploder in his face, because that guy's a full HP now. If you have an Ice Rod, it's good to give that to Strago. That ups his regular attack power quite nicely.
Yeah, I should have thought of doing that.
This area is not hard, which is good because there's no save point in here. And if you still have the Blizzard Sword, definitely a good one to give to one of your characters. Actually, now that I think about it, Locke should have the Hawkeye equipped. Or, if not the Blizzard Blade. Because you bought it and forgot to equip him with it. Not so long as he attacks, he's just going to heal him. Yeah, you have enough MP for Aqua Rake about 9 times. Shouldn't get into that many battles in here. Actually, it's best to use Aqua Rake if you run to a group of 6. A group of 3 is easily handled outside, so in terms of MP saving strategy, that's the way to go. You do not have to fight every battle, thankfully. Wait, we're fighting a 1-to-1. How'd they surround us? Well, Aqua Rake's only going to be used on one.
Okay.
Oh, my Locke.
But it won't be goodbye for long.
Nope. I actually think everyone's learned the magic they can from their current espers, and of course, you can give one to Strago. And I really don't. This is a game mechanic I never really understood, because it says that the people. Well, it hasn't said it yet. That door's going to lead to a battle every time, but I think it's the only one like its kind in this dungeon. But it's already revealed that Strago can use magic, and yet he doesn't learn any naturally from leveling up. Oh well.
The Aqua Rake works like a charm in here.
Unfortunately, it will only hit the left side.
I thought it would attack all enemies.
Nope, if you're surrounded, it will only hit one side. There are some spells that will hit all the enemies, regardless of where you are on screen, but some of them will also hurt your allies too. Well, same battle.
What was I thinking?
Happens every time you go in there. And Locke's still healing him. On the plus side, he didn't explode that time. As you can see, the Aqua Rake is shifted slightly to the left rather than covering the whole screen. Oh, bye, Locke. From the exploder, we can tell these guys have 555 HP. Not bad for gold, though.
Yep. That's right. Not bad for me.
And there are a few rooms that lead to dead ends that they contain treasure. There's like a fire rod and an ice rod in here. And that just leads to the boss.
Yep.
Is this the source of our blaze? This is what I was talking about earlier, where you want to give Shiva to Locke and possibly Terra. So, and have Strago use Aqua Rake. So you got enough for 4 castings. That'll be enough for the boss fight. And unfortunately, Locke is not going to be much use with the Flame Saber equipped. Yeah, hit this guy with Aqua Rake. Hit the boss with your strongest ice spells. Summon Shiva. And it goes down quickly. Yeah, that just healed all the damage that Aqua Rake took off. It's going to make this a bit of a longer fight. Actually, Locke does have magic, it just didn't show up right away on the menu. And goodbye, Strago.
Yep, but we'll get him back.
Yeah, he's countering those spells with... I don't know if he's countering the fact that he's getting healed by the fire or just being attacked in general. Now, of course, he'll cast Reflect, but Aqua Rake will not be reflected back at you. So that still makes Strago a very useful person in this fight. And, of course, if you summon Shiva, that won't get reflected either. More bomblets. Now, I'll actually summon about 3 groups of balloons and then summon a grenade, which is a lot stronger than balloons. I love the sound that Aqua Rake makes too. Just wom 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 wom. Oh, he's down again. Get up, old man!
Yep.
And actually, an element used in several Final Fantasy games is, of course, casting Reflect on yourself and then casting the spell on the reflected person and sending it back at the enemy. Often makes it more powerful. I don't think it's the case in this one. Because that Reflected Fire 2 only did about 240 damage. Yeah, that one hurt a lot more.
And now we get introduced to life. I find more useful than the Phoenix Downs.
Yep, it restores more HP when you use it. Oops. Well, I don't think Locke needed that X potion, but at least not as much as Strago. And he's down again. Old man down! His hips got thrown out again! That's tricky when you have some characters down, you're just trying to get it back on their feet, but the enemies don't stop attacking. Ooh, fireball. Strago's down again. And actually, you can change equipment while in battle. You just have to select the weapon and then select another one on the second click. Get back up, old man.
Yeah. Well, we won't be spending the whole battle trying to revive Strago every single time.
Yeah, I'll actually get a chance to heal him before the enemy can attack again. Of course, now Terra needs healing.
Well, Strago needs it more, though.
Uh-oh. If this hits anyone but Locke, they won't survive. Yep, then he goes.
It's just like that "you frighten me" attack with Ultros.
Not quite. Because the "you frighten me" attack doesn't automatically kill Ultros in retaliation of him using it on himself. Alright, old man. We're finally getting you healed up. Now do something! See, the downside about introducing Strago in Realm this late into the this late into the game is they aren't used a whole lot because, of course, by this time, if you spend time teaching your characters magic, of course, they start off not knowing anything. Oh, Locke, you need healing. Now stop healing the boss, Locke!
Well, he can't do anything about it.
He can change his weapon or use his magic. I think he knows Bolt. That won't do as much as Blizzard would, but it would not heal the boss at least. Because black magic, you have to scroll further down to witness black magic, and actually Terra, since Terra has the Bismarck Esper, she can summon him, and it would do plenty of water damage. Actually, I think Locke can steal something from the boss. But what's been happening now is Locke is just restoring all the HP that Strago's taking off.
It's like he did that for nothing.
But since he doesn't have any bomblets out, this Aqua Rake should do more damage. Fire 2. He survived. And Locke did not heal all the damage that was taken off this time. And I think before much longer, the Flame Eater will summon a grenade. Unless you kill him first. Oh, bye, Strago. Oh, Fire 3! It reflected, so it shouldn't do as much damage. Yep, that would have hurt a lot. Counterattack Fire 2. Now, actually, one useful spell you could probably use against this guy is Rasp or Osmos. Rasp will siphon an enemy's MP, whereas Osmos will absorb it. So anything that he loses, your character gets in return. And it's actually useful on a few bosses in the game. And in some cases, it's actually a viable way of defeating him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, there it is. There it is. Locke's spells were further down. Just scrolled by him twice.
Oh man, I can't believe I blew it there. It's like, yeah, and at that point I was all, oh, of course! Why didn't I think of this earlier?
Yeah, Locke is probably your best healer at the moment, even though he doesn't have Cure. But his regular attacks are only healing the boss. Oh, by Terra. Oh, no, she survived.
Good, we need her.
Which has higher magic defense.
But you can't use ice now.
Yep, she's down to 4 MP. And as for Locke, yeah, best to have him fill up someone's MP. Or defend.
Yeah, he can't really do much in this battle.
Unless he changed his weapon.
Which I did not think of trying.
Any more tinctures? Nope, no more tinctures. So let's top off Terra's MP that way. Reminds me of a bad joke my brother once told me about Final Fantasy IV, but it applies to... It can apply to any Final Fantasy, really. What does Locke do when Terra runs out of MP? Elixir! Regular potion, keep him on his feet. Oh, that's right. Guy has Reflect on. But it was Ice One, it didn't do much. Terra also has high magic defense. Yep, that Reflect only took it down to half power. still has reflect on. Oh, more bomblets. You've been lucky though, no grenades so far.
Yep.
And hopefully this guy's almost gone. I think he has at least 5,000 HP. I'm pretty sure more.
Yeah, I never took the time to check game facts for that.
That's just a rough estimate. I've got reflect back on. Oh, he's out of MP.
Haha. Yeah, need MP. That's just like Monster's FP is gone.
Yep, basically, this guy's now a sitting duck. That's because all of his attacks are based on magic.
Yeah, but like that message, need MP. It like or Monster's FP is gone. It's so repetitive, and it was like, okay, we get it.
Well, the AI's dumb. It'll keep trying to use magic. Yep, he's finally down.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the house is burned down around us. Try looking up, Strago. That's the only way to look. Then again, I guess the room's full of smoke. Yeah, good job, Interceptor. Pull her deeper into the corner where she can't get out.
Yep.
Too late. Well, did Interceptor pull all of them over there? Never know. Fortunately, he finally decides to show back up. And be a badass in the process. Single stroke kill against 5 living flames.
Let's get out of here. I'll use a smoke bomb.
A smoke bomb is actually an item that allows you to automatically run away from battle. I don't know how it carried all of them out.
Yeah, or you could just manually run away when allowed.
Mm-hmm. See, this game actually introduces a unique element for running away in Final Fantasy, because in previous ones, if you ran away, the entire party would run away all at once. On this one, everyone has to run away individually.
Right.
Unless you use a smoke bomb or a warp stone to automatically flee, and that covers everybody. This is the village of the mage warriors. So they used magicite and handed it down to their descendants. The gate wasn't sealed at that point. They only erected the door after the Empire invaded. But magic did survive after the War of the Magi. Unfortunately, the powers have weakened over time. Some of it does remain. Unfortunately, they still can't learn magic naturally. You have to use magicite. She wants to tag along. But he's an old fuddy-duddy. Mountains to the west there. And actually, you could try to go there before this event flag, but the entrance is not open. Strong magical connections draw the espers towards it. All we have to do is test that theory. Shadow's decided not to tag along with us. He is a bit of a loner after all. But let's have a dang awesome theme. And all of a sudden, Strago's turned into a mime.
That is your dog, isn't it?
Yep. That's why he entered the burning house. Realm doesn't want an interceptor to go. That's all you can do in town.
No, I guess it's time to leave the place.
Unfortunately, at this point, every time you use the inn, it still only costs 1 GP.
Well, what a great deal.
Which is handy because it's the only healing place on this island, aside from save point in the next dungeon.
Alright, until next time, this is Gold Glee Gamer 1 and Dyne. Later, folks.
Bye, guys.